the Monster Thread. So MVS here, the editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread. Monster Thread is an official publication of the Crypto Night Show, and of course, MVS is the promotional lead for the Crypto Night Show. So if you want to get in the Monster Thread as a professional publication, then either hit him up in the first case or hit me up, and we can help get your brand awareness as well. So we've been playing a key role in that. 67 weeks, guys. 67 weeks of editions for the PulseChain Weekly Monster Thread, reaching probably 35 to 50,000 readers a week. And it is, playing its role as a dynamic newspaper, basically, that comes out every week on PulseChain. So it's kind of cool. And it covers a lot of the cool activities people are doing, covers a lot of the key influencers, covers a lot of the key DeFi that are rolling out. So you don't really miss too much of a beat on here. It's very, very exciting indeed. All right, so let's get into it. Richard's intro, 1 million homes, Carmel, Kawi, and more monster moves. Check out, of course, Emmett Farm and True DeFi for the best farming options. So if you are after high DeFi yields, Emmett Farm, True DeFi, there are the ways to go. Richard's intro. So Richard asked the community earlier this week, you're writing an awesome intro to Richard Hart. What do you make sure is on the one pager? What's the elevator pitch? And of course, you can submit your introduction to Richard Hart. And there's the link there. He's got his famous toilet that he was fixing up for his mum and his dad in Florida when he was over there last time. And so there we go. A lot of people, replying. I even put one in myself. Why not? And so we've got many others there. Look at that. Matty Allen, many other people. Lots of people from the community, all sorts of people. All right, so 1 million homes. Wildest J and Irish Griffin, as you guys know, are running the non-profit for the PulseChain promo pads that are going around the world. They're ramping up their marketing efforts, aiming to put PulseChain in over 1 million homes, which is awesome. Volunteers needed every day in California. Hit them up now. So always after volunteers, and that's a way you can help out if you're in California or you're traveling there. Definitely hook them up there, and you got a cool updates from Wildest J, the positivity princess. There she is in action at the Beehive, is what they call it in the Beehive. Yeah, sorry, the Hive there. They call it in California there. You can see them all working there, along with RG Captain there, having a good time. All right, so democratized pulse staking. We said, big changes happening in PulseChain staking for validating, and lots of options now out there. We've got public validators like Vouch and PlusX or ValidX from Haunted and Jexa. Those two guys launched those products, and they've been doing very well. Two top public validators there, a bit like Lido and Rocket Pool. So pretty cool. You can get your own hardware. David Fedder's been doing that, and you can stake there. But now David Fedder's moving into doing cloud service as well. So self-service validator, software as a service, is it? Yeah, I'm working on a new product for PulseChain to democratize pulse staking. Val Cloud there, self-service validator hosting without running your own node. So taking the hardware out there, makes it a lot more profitable business, right? I guess he's going to get part of he gets the tips and you get the block reward, I think is the way it works. That was from David Fedder there like that. And he's got a few comments below, I think, as well. So big shout out to David. He's got a few other posts on that also. So leading the way, making it really cool. So getting a lot of good products there. Double the coffee, crypto coffee, of course. Double the coffee. And he showcased how his public PulseChain DCA ZKX wallet doubled in value in just 2 months. Now, there are a number of other people doing public wallets for ZKX. And it's got that, early Hex vibes, right? We're kind of on this first wave of pumping on PulseChain, and now we've got these wallets, a little bit like Hex. It's really cool to see. So over the past 2-3 months, here's Crypto Coffee. I put in $700 of crypto coins onto PulseChain. Now it's worth almost double, and nobody seems to care about crypto yet. I wonder if this portfolio will get to 5 figures or even 6 figures in the months ahead. It's currently at $1,325 at the time of publication. He's got a bit of Hex in it, a bit of PulseX in it, a bit of Hex Pulse, a bit of ProveX, and a little bit of Peacock, and of course Top Hat, which is a coin he launched. So pretty cool. Not a bad portfolio there too, right? Not bad. So had 10,000 views on that so far. Very cool stuff. So that's from Crypto Coffee. Carmel Week. Well, triple dads out there working hard. Distributed PulseChain tablets while attending the Carmel Car Week. Lambos galore. We've got to look at some of those. He's got so many pictures, guys. But here's some PulseChain tablets. They're getting out everywhere, aren't they? And here's the car show. So you got old cars, classic cars, modern cars, Lambos. He's just got tons of stuff on it. I mean, if you go to his profile, he's been enjoying this Carmel show. Look at this, all these fast cars. McLaren car for Sandy Beach. A Cannonball Run Maserati for Hexologist with the old pictures there. Not bad. What else have you got there? This one has to go to Brother KG. Pretty nice, actually. This is a really nice. I like that. That looks really good. What's this one here? Your friend Somi, Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari has typically been my favorite, but that is pretty cool. I like probably have a different color, but the white's there nice. Liberty Swap got a cool. What's this? Aston Valhalla, Aston Martin there, I guess. Looking pretty trending. Look at that carbon fiber looks like it. You got your Porsches. Yeah, so he's got lots of stuff here, lots of stuff in there. Just trying to look here. Look at that. Lambo goes to Cypher Decks. This is probably this is what Rackham Michelle would like, but he likes green, right? Likes green. It's probably like this model. It's probably Rackham Michelle. Ferrari goes to Lola Hartwin as well. Yeah, look at that Ferrari, man. That's badass. Yeah, that's my favorite there, right there. So far, pretty cool. So lots of other cars in there. Pink Lambos for Wildest J. I'm sure she would love driving around in that. Pull up to the old Hive in California there. Pretty cool. So lots of cool cars in the mix there from Carmel Week there. Not bad, eh? So that's Carmel Car Week and promo pads, PulseChain promo pads handed out. Internet Money on fire. Our number one wallet at the moment, Internet Money Wallet, 125,542 total downloads so far. Strong growth across iOS, Android, and Chrome. So a big shout out to KG there. And of course, Unified User Experience or UI UX, True DeFi. Posted a video from founders Neil and Execution there. And of course, Daniel not shown here, but Daniel too is obviously leading the team here as well. Showcasing the new True 2X Unified UI UX experience. So UI means user interface and UX means user experience. For PulseChain, Binance, Ethereum, Solana, and more. So these guys do a managed funds approach. They also do a 2x miner, which doubles your pulse. You go in via auction and shares, and you get 2x pulse, and then they're ramping out this big DeFi ecosystem across chain and bringing all that value back into the 2x miners to double your pulse. So that's basically the idea there, and doing a managed funds approach. So big shout to them. They also run the DeFi on PulseChain X Spaces as well. So these guys just continuing to innovate with this whole new approach. And it's great to have a managed funds approach on PulseChain. It really gives another alternative for people to participate in, should they so choose. So a big shout out to the team there. And you can check out all their stuff. They've just updated their website. It looks so good. So well done to the team on this one. And you can check it all out. So there's a little video clip on that. So definitely follow these guys. I would definitely, in True DeFi, jump into the Telegram with these guys. They are one of our biggest communities now. We talked about PDC and PDI, but definitely True DeFi, Emmet Farm guys. These are the big communities operating on the chain right now. So a big shout out to these guys doing that. All right, PulseChain and Liber Polko. Junio, how do you say this? Junio, published images from Liberland, Liber Polko conference in Serbia, where open info services and Zerocast are representing IamTrust and PulseChain. Now, remember that these guys are basically focused on the commercial products for PulseChain and beyond, and so they're doing some really cool innovations there with one link. And one link, basically, you can have an address, receive crypto payments, all that sort of stuff, and do commerce, right? So these guys are doing a big job there, and they're now out and about here, as you can see at the conference. And I think that's pretty cool. Look at that. The world forgot why crypto exists. Now, you guys know we've got a number of teams that are out at conferences now. We've got Liquid Loans out doing Southeast Asia conferences, along with, was it Asian on Crypto there? And we've got also going to Europe. We've got these guys out in Serbia here, which is Eastern Europe, if I remember rightly. So, lots of teams out there. KG's out at conferences. We have a lot of people at American conferences. So we're getting, Europe, Asia, and America. What did I say? Europe, Asia, and America. Getting a lot of conferences in there, and even Australia. We got these DeFi meetups and stuff. But a lot of conferences happening on those three continents, and they're great to see these guys representing. So PulseChain, it was kind of a thing that PulseChain underplayed for quite a bit, but it's great to see teams out there and about there getting the name out of their products as well as PulseChain. It's kind of cool. And a lot of people hear about it, and you bring on new people, and maybe new teams as well. So big shout out there. Hex Bond desk. So Christian Mann, of course, one of our two Hex quants. He dropped another live stream talking markets, Hex, and actuator finance. Actuator finance, kind of like Hex bonds, a way of getting extra yield or liquidating and getting extra yield, or at least monetizing your Hex. And that's actuated there, so pretty cool. Burn All, Captain RG3, Trevor, Hexfire, and Triple Dad shared the stage while burning their favorite premium stogies. These guys love their stogies, their cigars, and they're out and about there doing that. Look at them all cigarette smoking their cigars there. They all have their own special cigars and premium cigars. It's kind of like that thing, you get the cigars and you're trying to get some of the best flavors and brands and things like that. So big shout out to these guys. A lot of OGs in there having a good time. Newcastle Hex sponsor. More sponsorships for the Hex out at the moment. We've seen that in the last couple of Monster Threads. A lot of sponsorships, which is kind of cool. Unveiled the first prints of the Newcastle Town Football Club. Hex Crypto proud sponsors. Isn't that cool? So got some cool jags there. Look at that Hex there. Newcastle Town Football Club. Hex.com. Bring it on, baby. That's how we like to roll. Very cool indeed. We've also got the Chad stream. Cairo went live with special guest Dollar Cost Crypto, talking Hex, PulseChain, crypto, etc. And of course, Dollar Cost Crypto, they're a pretty big influencer along with Cairo. And they had a really cool space in there. Let's quickly look at this. So there is Money Gang Crypto on the right there. A fairly big influencer, PulseChain influencer, has been one of the key people to do adoption for PulseChain too, especially in the run up in 21. So, I can't remember the numbers, but in the tens of thousands, if I remember rightly. So great to see him back doing more coverage there. Obviously, he's been doing a lot of other stuff as well. All right, so pretty cool. What else we got there? The new golden portrait, Mo Mindset. He's been out and about. This guy, honestly, he's relentless there. He's an artist, first of all. He gets out and he shares PulseChain using art in the most uncanny places like the BBC radio, potentially hitting millions of people, trending on Instagram and things like that. And so he pops up all the time. But he's done a new painting now of Richard Hart. And look at that. So it's pretty cool. So he's got the PulseX, PulseChain, etc. X, and a new one there of Richard Hart. Not quite finished yet, he says. But new RH portrait with gold. Long way to finish. Very cool. But he's been out and about, guys. I mean, he's out there with everybody, meeting celebrities, all sorts of people. Pretty crazy. In fact, I think he's got one here where he, look to see the artwork there. Isn't that cool? It's 25, but you can see the artwork there looking pretty good. And he's out and about all the time. Spreading the word there. Look at him handing out PulseChain tablets as well. So he's always on the move. This here is a big food critic, well-known food critic, apparently in the UK, Danny, and he's got one too, with the old PulseChain on there. So, people have different ways of spreading the word, and this is really cool. I like that. And of course, big, hitting big numbers there. So it all makes a difference, doesn't it? Now, Claz in session. So Crypto Claz, one of our top female influencers. She's back again after a bit of a holiday. Brought together the ladies, Sammy, Chica, and Miss Fiber Finance for a live stream titled "Is Crypto Really Dead?" So it's great to see our top, PulseChain influencers back, especially the ladies in the house, and they've got fighting kangaroos with the damn kangaroos. All right, everywhere there. All right. So you can see the ladies there looking pretty good. Let's see, have we got all three of them on the thing? There we go. So that is Sammy Chick at the bottom there, Miss Fiber Finance on the top right, and Crypto Claz there on the top left as well. And they're fantastic. So big shout out to the ladies there. What else there? No middle super chat. So if you're an influencer out there, YouTube, they take 30% of super chats. I mean, they're just right thieves, right? It's really a ripoff. But Stake Hex has shared a brand new non-custodial super chat with 0% platform fees for creators. So if you're a creator out there, this could be something for you. And I haven't tested it out yet, but certainly something to look at. And it's got all the details there. It can work on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok, which are pretty cool. Rumble and website streaming apps. So pretty cool. Any software that can integrate it. So it's cool stuff there. It's got the showcase there. Look at YouTube. So if you do a super chat, they take 30%. I mean, they just rip off. YouTube rip off artists. And we got platform fee there, 0 on the new super chat there from PulseChain. So definitely worth trying it out. I might try that out myself. Kind of cool. But look at that. Pretty neat there. And of course, it's got all the other channels as well. Great right up there. So big shout out to Hexalina. Nice. I guess I should say something very nice. All right, let's go. Cool. So that there is looking good. We got Crypto Class in there liking that too, and even Crypto Coffee. I use this if it was easy to install and easier for the viewers. As a script says Helena there, so it does take a little bit of maybe trying out there for the influencers. The Roaring Tiger. Now we saw on the top 100 trending that Crypto Tiger God and the Tiger tokens on the move. Well, he's been on some interviews lately. Money Gang Crypto went live with Tiger Crypto God covering PulseChain, and of course P Tiger Momentum there. So we've got a bit of a stream there, I think, between these two with Money Gang Crypto and Tiger God. So we're going to have a quick look at that. So here are the two guys. Is it? Yeah, there we go. That's Tiger Crypto God on the left there. It's on the left, and that's Money Gang Crypto on the right there. So you can check that out if you like. So that is the news for the Monster Thread. We've got honorable mentions. Pep Lord, one of our top X influencers now on X in the top 10, now has an official X account, so you can follow Pep Lord as well. Pretty cool. Let's have a quick look at it. That's the link there, so give him a track there. He also does Pulse tickers as well, so if you want to follow PulseChain charts, he's got his cool little UI there for his DApp. Check that out. Also, DeFi Triggs getting paid to talk about what he loves, PDI and Hex. So DeFi Triggs also another top 10 X influencer now on PulseChain at the moment, and of course getting paid for it too. Nice. So he's been earning from that, which suggests that he's doing really well with his impressions. Maddie Allen, one of our top influencers, does all the crypto conferences for PulseChain, along with RH Max these days. How much crypto is enough? Maddie Allen live. So Maddie's been back streaming again as well. Very, very cool. So one of the things that you've been seeing in the Monster Thread is particularly this week and maybe even last week is that a lot of the influencers are either streaming more if they've been streaming already or have come out of the woodwork and now streaming. So we're getting that kind of first wave of influencers back, and that's all self-positive flywheel stuff, right? The PulseChain starts moving, the influencers come back to either do more or come back out of the woodwork, and we get it just self-fulfills itself, gets more people hearing about it, and that's real positive. So big shout out to all these guys coming back. Execute there today. Fire was created on PulseChain. Now we've been talking about the last 2 weeks. We've had this resurgence of agentic AI, particularly AI agents on PulseChain. People have been providing services to applications to integrate that, so you can actually do trading and things. And we've got Execute here, one of our big X influencers, does X spaces and stuff. Looks like he's launched some sort of product there. Today, Fire was created on the PulseChain, so it's got this little bot animation here around PulseX, and I think it does some sort of yield protocol. I haven't looked into it fully, but it looks pretty interesting there. Let's click on this otter link here to see if it's got anything particular on the chain, and that's what it does. So a little animation there. It's got a little a machine that compounds agentic PulseX vaults. Kind of cool. So it could be something that people might be looking at there. Deposit one agentic PulseX Vault NFT into this module, and it claims the vault's accrued PulseX fees and puts them straight back into work as liquidity. So kind of interesting, right? So we're getting this, the last week, this week, real emergence of AI agents and payment type things, trading bots type things going on. It's a whole world there. Now, I do want to get into, getting a bit more deeper on that. We'll try and do our best to do that moving forward. All right, so that is from Execute. Finally, for the honorable mentions, we've got RH Max. How high can Hex go? Another double and a double. It did 10,000 X before. Now we'll see. So that's from RH Max there, doing a live stream on that topic. So if you want to go hear that, RH Max, of course, one of the top PulseChain influencers out there as well. Go check that out. Now, weekly DeFi scoop, we've got Switch, obviously from Brandon, another one of our top influencers and developers. Stop swapping and start switching. Look, I've used SwitchX. It is fantastic, guys, and gives a very good rate. And it's something like, I think, 23 LP routes now. It really is. And, of course, it's on multiple chains. So we'll check that out in a minute. True DeFi build shares and receive Pulse dividends. True DeFi bringing that managed funds approach to PulseChain, doubling the Pulse, giving a lot of, launching a lot of alpha DeFi and particularly yield farms, going multi-chain, omni-chain. Really excited with these guys. These guys just keep going, and look, that new UI UX experience on their True DeFi app is looking really good. So these guys are making it really easy for people to use. VersaVault is coming, our 6th liquidity fork from Triple Dad. It's got its own little secret source protocol for stability and reflections. So this is coming, guys. Interest-free loans. 6th liquidity fork. Looking forward to that. And it's going to be multi-collateral as well. And then, of course, we've got a special article out this week for the Monster Thread, The Kingdom of Hex, biggest Hex derivative protocols on page 5. And then finally, of course, we've got so much news, guys. projects and people spotlights on Crypto Night Show. A lot of other pieces of items there from small, medium teams, all sorts of people on there too. So pretty cool. But you got to love these images from the community out and about, spreading the word. And that's all you can do. You can do it at home. Just tell your neighbor, tell your friend, just one person at a time. The network effect really plays out there. We've got the lady streamers back again. These guys are wonderful. Great show there. And of course, the guys as well with their stogies having a good time as well. And people handing out promo tabs at the Carmel Car Week, like Triple Dad. And look at the stall here. Pretty cool. They're out everywhere. Every single week on the Monster Thread, they've got these promo tabs, PulseChain promo tabs going out all sorts of places now on multiple continents and multiple people doing them in the most interesting places, from a cafe in Italy to a car, a classic cars. It's out everywhere, guys.